Hello, friends, and how are you today? We are going to take a look at our outdoor learning environment. We want to be able to continue our learning outside. Now, let's look at the intent to our outdoor learning environment. We want our students to explore nature. We want our students to be able to extend their classroom interests to the outdoors. Oftentimes, my students, when it was time to clean up and go out to play, they did not want to stop their work in the classroom. So, this would give them the opportunity to take their work outside and continue their exploration and continue their investigations. Now, we want our students to be free to investigate their own curiosities and their own wonderings. Now, what kind of opportunities do we want to provide our students? We want them to imagine. We want them to be able to investigate and explore. We want them to be able to study, create, to be able to visualize, and yes, perform. Now, we know that the classroom environment is the third teacher. So let's take a look. What learning stations have you created for your students? Are they clearly labeled and easily identified? Are the learning stations often repurposed with new materials and provocations according to students' interests? I know as I would observe my students during play and document what they were doing, I would review my documentation at the end of the day and I would think, what materials could I provide my students who are interested in this area? What materials could I give them to help extend their learning, to have them think a little deeper? And I would get those materials and I would provide them with those materials the following day. Do the learning stations provide students with open-ended materials intentionally placed to spark new ideas that are creative and inspiring? That's our goal. We want to be able to provide our students with many different types of open-ended materials that they can use to create ideas, to become an inspiration, to spark new learning. So let's see how we're going to do that in the outside environment. The outdoor environment can be the third teacher as well. So here's some possible learning stations that we can have in our outdoor environment. We can have dramatic play. We can have an outdoor performance area for storytelling, dance, and for doing a read aloud. It can also be an opportunity for the students to share their knowledge and be the teacher. So we can also have a science and nature exploration area, a construction station, and an art creativity station. Let's take a look at the virtual lab school, and they'll give us a little bit of information about the outdoor learning environment.
Notice how the outdoor space provides shelter and access to water. The sheltered space is also organized almost like a classroom. There is space for art, writing, dramatic play, blocks, sand, and a variety of other interests. Again, we see a setting that provides lots of opportunities for learning. There is a garden with non-toxic plants, an area for riding bikes, houses for dramatic play, a sandbox, easels for art, and a climbing wall. Finally, it is important to make our outdoor spaces inviting and attractive to children. The spaces should be organized just like our classrooms for independence, easy use, and learning.
Now, that's a lot to take in, isn't it? Okay, let's think of the plan. We've seen the video and we've seen how it can work. Now we need to decide what we want. We need to design how we want it to look. And think, what materials will we need for each of our stations? Okay, we've seen examples of this before. We have our construction station. We have blocks, we have construction vehicles, we have construction hats. We also have a climbing area or a climbing wall. We've seen examples of this as well. And we have a dramatic play area using items in nature and different materials found in and around your own home. We could consider having a growing garden house. We also need a space for free exploration where they can investigate and explore. We also have to have a spot where they can have a kitchen or a dramatic play area that they can role play and pretend. It would also be grand if we could have an outdoor performance area where we can story tell, where we could have a read aloud, where they could perform, sing, and dance. They can also use that area to share their knowledge and be the teacher. It's also great we have an area for sensory play, and that can be our sand and water stations. So let's take a look at this virtual tour of an outdoor environment. You can see that it's divided out into the different areas. It's computer generated and designed by the teacher. You can see that there are tables for our students to sit and work. There's a garden area. Zoom in and see what you notice. Wouldn't it be great to have a morning meeting out here? Lots of opportunity for free exploration. I think my students would love playing in this outdoor environment. What do you think? A great place to extend your learning outdoors. So what I did is I designed what my outdoor living space would look like. And I found that I wanted a sand area, so I had lots of bins and benches for us to sit around, and we can put all of our stored materials right in these little outdoor containers. I also have a spot here that we can have water and water play out in our sand area. Over here, you will see I did a performance area. I also have some bins for materials. I have a gathering drum, so I can gather the students no matter where they are on the playground. I have my rolling cart here. My rolling cart can take materials that we are taking from our indoor environment outside. Along this wall, I have some magnetic write-on wipe-off boards for our students to use magnetic letters, magnetic numbers, or dry erase markers. And right here is a bin that we can store all those materials. I also have my art easel, my indoor-outdoor one, so that they can easily draw what they see out in nature. I have a little kitchen area right here where we can have some pretend play. I also have my gross motor climbers right here. I have a block area for construction right here. Under the tree, I have my water fountain and a step stool so we can get to the water fountain. And over here in this area, I have a little library where the students can sit, talk, and read books together. And this is the basic layout of my playground. And I have different surfaces. So I have sand, I have my mulch area, and I have grass. Over here, I have a 3D image that was created using this program. And you can see here are my bins. I have some stools for students, the benches. I also have a habitat for watching different nature right here. And you ask me, how did you do this? And it was so easy. Let me show you. I went to this website. It's Kaplan. I created a username and password, and I am able to design my own learning environments for free. So this was a very great place for me to begin planning what I wanted for my outdoor environment, because I wanted to make sure that my students are provided with multiple learning engagements outside in the outdoor play area as well as the indoor classroom. So I want you to have fun, enjoy, and try to plan out your outdoor learning environment.